No, but it's still impressive.
Actually, it's only a
By the end of it, she presents out these syringes, which are very, very thin, almost like needles, I guess. All right. Took some inspiration from Silas's own magic tattoo, but these should work. But they'll only work for, I don't know, a day. I'll have to cook up another batch later. That's honestly preferable. We shifted around these codes every day, in case someone got found out.
Very good.
So everyone remember the code.
It's halalalalala.
You'll see what it is when you use it.
Oh, it's a joke out again.
Scared for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the first one to use it, huh?
Me.
Morgan will show confidence to do it, or he could.
Not
We all do
much
it at the
enough.
exact same time.
We all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just hovering to see what happens, like,
Salis would just use it and be like, well, if it's like my coiling grasp tattoo, I already know what to do.
mhm.
Put it on the other
It
arm.
does sting,
Aw.
right? Whereas the coiling grass tattoo is the closest is like a Harry Potter painting moving to another painting.
Mhm.
This is like a chemical tattoo.
Ooh.
So it is affecting your body, and it does burn a bit when you guys use it, wherever you guys choose to use it.
On the face.
But it's interesting. It's almost as if like this the code, the thing that it becomes is like an empty container, a glass container, and you're filling it up with like, I don't know, ink or something. Right? As if the pattern is already there in your body. Starting from point of entry with the syringe needle. It is some sort of noble crest. You guys have seen it somewhere, but not exactly sure where.
And we can't do like a history check or anything to see if we recognize it.
You can
Yeah,
try.
can we attempt to remember?
I can attempt to.
What do I have for history?
And I can
I
throw a
will give it a
Kensai die on
shot.
that son of a
Or
bitch.
if you guys think you know it off the top of your head, then you know it.
Is it the River Company crest? No.
Oh my god, she
No,
has
we
no
would need to
fucking
roll.
clue, in fact.
No, it is not the River Company crest.
Would it just be House Exania?
Yeah, is it her crest? Technically.
There is no House Exania. There's House Exorlet.
That's what I meant.
Nope. Amber's not a noble.
Honk.
Also, you can see House Exorlet's icon off of Violet's cloak.
Right. Oh, good job.
Maybe an alternate history version of it, but it nonetheless.
Yeah.
Eh.
26, Alessander. This is the crest that Lambert left behind.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
A nightmare crest. Or a crest that did exist in the world. It was a real noble house.
We'll be copying that.
Mm-hmm.
There is someone
First.
amongst the people that were investigating that is attuned to that nightmare crest right now. I won't say who though.
Hafren.
It's the Osway. Sorry to tell you, boss.
Oh, you were
He has
so
his
close.
own attunement slots.
It matches me aesthetic.
He has a tattoo right above his ass.
This be a tramp stamp happen. Learn the icon well.
Oh no!
No.
When you see
"Please
this
stop, show me your
on
ass."
someone, know that they're down for a good time. Is that
No,
related
he's
to how
got
you-
influence.
is that related to how you died? No.
That's how
That's
I
a
live.
real how I lived.
Oh my
Yeah.
I had the greatest booty in the sea.
Where
Probably
does
took-
everyone put the tattoo? I'm curious.
Oh, fucking arm.
Is
I
that
guess.
something you guys publicly disclose?
I guess not.
I
I would
don't.
say some of your NPCs are pretty obvious. Like, Zol just puts it on his upper arm underneath his pauldron area, so you can't, again, Zol wears like full kit, right? So you can't see it. Whereas some of your other NPCs purposely go, like, hide it on their person, so you don't know where it is until... unless they're dead and someone does a full search on them.
At that point, we've got our own problems to worry about.
Yeah. I think like Anushka's just looking down at her like forearms that like they're already covered and just like,
Where can I hide this thing?
where can I fit? Like, squeeze it in between lines or something.
I guess based on, you can probably guess this based on how I've been drawing Silas, I imagine the coiling graph tattoo changes their fur because their skin really isn't exposed. I presume this would do the same. Meaning I can't just put it somewhere and hide it underneath the fur because it would change the fur.
I'm going to shave a bit off.
No.
Hey, Crash.
No,
You
because
want
that
me
defeats
to
the entire
message?
purpose.
Do you where Sidor wants the mark?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't you guys all do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do what, sorry?
Message where we're gonna put the tattoo. Or
Okay.
the mark, rather.
Privately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I'm
Just
in
have
the right
to
channel.
think of body
Yeah.
parts.
Not into the margin setting. That'd be a good idea, Kirsty. Right.
Yeah, maybe don't put it somewhere very obvious. Kirsty, jeez.
Forehead. Right.
At that point, you
Books
you
on
have
Hannah's
to fire
face.
everyone for not being a traitor, but being an idiot.
Yeah.
They'll never suspect a thing, and it's just your eyeball, basically.
Stab him in the eye.
As a joke.
Oh, I know.
Ooh, I know.
Fuck off, okay?
Do you know?
Fuck you. Yeah!
I get it on my eyelid.
Left butt cheek.
Left. No, right butt cheek. That's the only right answer.
The inside of your cheek.
Ow!
I mean, it'd be-
Which
Why?
cheek? Which
It'd be-
cheek?
it'd be easy to check and potentially expose to the other side by accident by talking. Unless you wear a helmet or mask, in which case you're cool.
The roof of your mouth. Ow.
Oh, Jesus, no.
So you
Put
have
on
to,
your
like-
tongue.
Yeah,
The inside of your lip is actually a pretty good place to put it.
apparently. Yeah, it's very common, like, I think African tattoo?
Yeah.
What, roof of your mouth?
No, the...
No, bottom lip, inside.
Oh, yeah.
So, you guys administer your tattoos. They will go away after a day or so. So, sundown tomorrow, you'll need another set before your body cleans it out, so to speak.
Mhm.
Rejects it.
It flushes it out. In that time, Amber will probably make a new code. So,
Yes.
aside from that, you guys are good. Supposedly. So, what are you guys' plans? Your teams, aside from the sewer team, didn't get much, right? Amber Amber and Lizzie and them didn't manage to get into the office. Your tower crew, your bridge crew already told you what they knew.
Mhm.
So, and investigation or sewer investigation people just told you what they did. So,
Right.
Mhm.
So, it looks like. Is anyone in the team? Us in the call now, real people. Not good to go out right now.
No?
Anyone
Good to go.
wounded or expended too much resources?
Nope.
No.
Assuming we
go.
have enough time for... I guess... That doesn't really matter. I'm gonna say the only thing that I could get back if we did like a short
it
rest
would
or
be
something
sundown
was...
at this point because as good as Amber
It would've taken
rolled,
time.
there's like 20 of you. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's
good,
not
but it's a lot.
that's
We
fair.
definitely got a short rest because we were
Yeah.
waiting 40 minutes for them to get here.
Yeah, I meant another one after that because during the interrogation, but I only used
Right.
one. Like it's...
Someone am I doing 100, by the way?
Sure, I could if you want me to. You could do it.
I want you to.
I heard you go...
I mean, if you insist.
Someone roll it.
Like the Damon's just like leaning like, hey guy.
That is a roll.
That'd certainly be a
Yep,
number.
it does exist.
Probably means something to someone
Mhm.
out there.
What? One
Yeah.
thing before we split,
Somewhere.
because I imagine Morgan and
There is someone coming to the
Silas.
camp.
There's what?
There is someone coming to the camp, vents over to Mark.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
Yeah, who?
Ooh.
Woo! No one's here, just owls. Woo!
Get away!
Been possessed by an owl.
Polymorphs into an owl.
Alexander would ask, what kind of build? What do they look like? Carrying anything?
Carrying a satchel. Woman.
Oh god.
Oh no, guys!
a pipe bomb.
We gotta go! It's a woman!
Be afraid.
Can't exactly make out a hair color or anything like that yet. Too dark. Well, I can tell you she ain't blonde.
Going out to meet her. Who's coming with?
I will.
I'll come.
Morgan just takes a step forward.
Mm-hmm.
Let us go.
Intercept,
I'll come with.
please do.
So the players go with.
Make it
Fuck
easy.
her up! Kidding.
Let's
go.
shit out of this random woman.
You guys make your way out of camp. Maybe the spot where your tattoo has been injected being a little sensitive to touch.
Ooh.
Ow.
You guys begin closing the distance with this unknown woman. And as you guys do get closer, it's sundown right now, so there's the last lights of the day illuminating the place, quote-unquote illuminating the place, barely keeping your path clear.
We got lanterns.
Lanterns can only go out like 30 feet. So, as I was saying, as you guys begin getting closer and closer, some of you guys feel familiar with who it is, like by silhouette, but as you guys finally close distance with her, it is Sabrina.
Suspicious.
Sus.
Sus.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm afraid I'm here on some unfortunate news.
Oh.
But that's no reason not to be civil about it.
Go on.
She reaches into her satchel, which probably gives like a shiver of paranoia to you guys.
Yeah.
And she pulls out this scroll. By order of Mayor Ashley Fry, you and your company of people or anyone found in affiliation with you are hereby banned from entering town.
Why?
It doesn't say.
I feel like we deserve an explanation if we're being banned.
As well as...
From what I've
That's
gleaned
okay.
from his mayorship himself, I believe it was on the ground of stirring up trouble.
Interesting. He holds his hand out for the letter. No matter what
The
distance
scroll.
she's at.
She
Yeah,
handed it
that's-
over to you. It's a very, very
Kurt.
Spartan, sparse sort of scroll. It has a signature on it, though.
has-
And his mayor seal, I guess we call it.
He'll roll it up, aiming to keep it. We'll pass the word along.
Please do.
Insight check.
Sure.
Are you really Sabrina?
How much of what she
Nice.
just 24. I don't think we have anyone with guidance.
Yeah.
How much of what she just told us seems truthful?
That's true to the word of law. Got the signature and the seal right there to prove it. How much does she give a shit about any of this? Not much. She's probably more peeved about being sent in the middle of the fucking field at sundown by herself.
Oh, yeah.
Which she's, I don't know, could go home, get dinner, chill for the evening.
Have a read a book or something.
He sent you out here at this time of the day, night, I guess, to pass on something like this.
His mayorship wanted a trusted hand to be the deliverer of it, yes.
Didn't feel like sending
What?
Rex or any of his guards.
I brought up such concerns myself, and he said it would send a bad message. She has a like bemused smirk on her face.
We're banned from entering town. Are we banned from the outskirts of it? we can escort you back.
I'll be fine. There's not much that really lurks out here.
You'd be surprised.
Then may my death be swift. I'll be fine. And you guys can sort of see her like pull a bit of her like traveling jacket, and she does have a gun on her.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
She got that bang.
Motherfucker say strap.
To Anushka, you can identify that thing ain't shooting. It's a revolver. That thing ain't shooting pistol rounds.
Huh.
The chambers
Okay.
are way too long for that. To
That's
go do that
interesting.
play hunt showdown, this is what's referred to as a Caldwell uppercut conversion, which is just, it shoots rifle rounds.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
concept
She'll
of
fuck around. Holy god.
No.
the problem is like, unlike a revolver, you ain't shooting fast or fanning the hammer with that fucking thing. Not about shattering your wrist or being immensely inaccurate. But the more important part, it's loud as shit.
True.
Yeah. Anushka just kind of like nods in approval, like,
Excellent. Excellent.
this is cool gun.
I'll be fine. Thank you for your concern, though.
Of course. I will ask,
Yes.
on the subject of us stirring up trouble. How aware of you? How aware of that are you?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Humor us.
As I said, sir, I'm not at liberty to say. She corks an eyebrow as she says that.
He adjusts his belt in a way that makes his coin purse jingle purposefully.
Try
It'll
sending
be in
her.
your best interest.
And how far along would such interests be defined? Say a number.
Call it. Let's see what I have on me.
How many hundreds of gold can I give this woman?
I can just give her a flat 100. Call it 100,
200.
150.
200.
Gives her a squint. That important, huh?
It is the law of supply and demand. You have the demand, and I'm the only one out here willing to supply you.
Damn, she has a point.
200.
200 then.
You hand over 200, and she counts it.
A hand over 20 plat.
Thank
She
you.
Oh.
declines and requests gold.
Yeah. She can't break.
Fair
the
enough.
Yeah,
Copyright.
that would be
Yeah, that would, yeah.
suspicious.
It,
Turning up to a bank with that one, being like, put
it
this in my
spends
account.
cleaner, so to speak.
Mhm.
Sure does.
Over 200.
I'd
Very
give
well.
Alexander 20 plat.
There you go.
You want to give out plat so bad. I'm kidding.
I mean, I'll just go take some. Hungry,
So-
hungry Anushka?
She's like counting it like a person counts like poker chips, putting it away. What was her question again?
The mayor. What trouble are we drumming up for him that he would ban us from town?
I don't have the full guard report, but as far as I've heard, you are instigating trouble outside of town by inciting monstrous activity, as well as purposely sabotaging the infrastructure of the town. To unknown
Infrastructure.
ends.
Infrastructure of the town.
Yeah,
You were in
raises
the
an
sewers,
eyebrow
weren't
at
you?
that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't realize it was a crime to be in the sewers.
Hmm?
Wasn't really sabotaging it.
It is rather suspicious, though, wouldn't you admit? People from out of town suddenly show up and immediately go into your sewers with no explanation to any of the constabulatory.
And what's so suspicious about that? People from out of town disappear in town all the time. Ain't that right?
People die out here, yes. That's just the way of the North. But they die outside of town.
That's
Why would people be looking around and snooping suddenly in town? I'm not going against you, River Company, but you have to admit, you are rather suspicious. And what's the saying?
From where we're standing,
Adventurers
it's cold.
stir up trouble. Well, I suppose some would say vagrants stir up trouble, but I'll be considerate and say adventurers.
From where we're standing, this whole town is already in trouble. We're trying to fix that.
You'll have to forgive me if I don't believe you.
I don't have to do anything.
Then we are at an impasse. Good evening. He begins walking away.
Are you fond of the mayor?
And what's that information worth to you?
I don't have to know. Just know that, everything will be easier if you're not. Have a good night. Stay safe.
You as well, River Company.
Right, so now we're banned from town.
Be
and
a
we
light
can
in
catch
dark
up with the mayor.
places.
River Company. Maybe it's just my paranoia speaking, but did we ever actually say that we were River Company?
I don't know.
Maybe
I know
to
you mentioned that we had a
mayor?
company of people. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not.
I don't think we
specified
have.
River Company.
Because the only situations I can think of that she would know would be when we spoke with her, which we absolutely did not mention that, and when we spoke with the mayor. And I'm 90% sure you didn't say our name on purpose.
Yeah. Maybe like in.
Hey, Crash, is there any sort of like role we could do to maybe get information on that?
Yeah,
I don't
remember?
even know.
Investigation arc. You remember? If you remember. If you don't, you don't.
I'm pretty
Let it be
confident
known
in thinking that. I
River
don't think
Company
we
is written on that letter you have in your possession, Alexander. It's written on there, and so is your crest is also put on there.
Our crest?
Crest?
Our crest?
A crest?
Well, we certainly didn't give him that description.
I think she says that. He blinks, he looks at the letter. He says, "Stop."
Don't stop.
I think
She
you should
just-
stop, and I cast suggestion.
How far is
You
suggestion
fail.
reach?
Damn.
I suggest you stop is not a good suggestion.
Okay.
It has to be something they would want to do. And given that you guys have sort of affronted her, she doesn't, and she has other things to do
Well, it
tonight.
has to sound like it's in their best interest, right?
If your interests don't involve paying her money, she has no damn to give you guys out here.
Hmm.
Again, she has other things to do tonight. So unless you guys want to cough up more coin, she doesn't care.
In that case, Allison would say,
She would just
I'll
if you
double
say
it.
Wait, exactly. When you say wait, she just asks again, "How much is it worth to you?"
"Twice what I gave you."
She stops and turns on her heel slowly at that. I'm happy we're achieving a diplomatic language.
"Twice what I gave you and a whole heap more once things go our way."
She corks an eyebrow at that.
I ain't lying when I say that it's in your best interest to help us.
Can I see
Yeah.
some form of credit? How much do you have in your coffers right now?
How much do you want to see?
How much do you believe you're credible?
All right.
Flips the bag inside out.
Here we
Find them everywhere.
go.
Can I,
Yeah,
can
yeah,
I borrow
this
your
is
hat
like-
for a second?
It'll make cleanup easier.
Yeah, it would,
Or you
yeah.
can just hold your hat upside down.
Does it?
Should we just get this a big blanket or something so it's easier to like...
I just start
after?
piling platinum into Alessander's hat.
This bit's always.
You
Just tell
finish
me when to
doing
stop.
this. She just stares at it intensely. And once you finally empty out, she just looks to you, Alessander. 10 times now.
Damn it.
Again?
Rule 1 of bargaining. You don't reveal how much money you truly have. 10 times now. That's 2,000 gold you're paying her.
Because she knows you're worth it.
Oh, God damn
She
it.
She
knows
knows
you're
you're
good
That's
for
good
what
it.
I was thinking. Is I was
Rule
like,
1
do
of
we
bargaining.
really?
I learned that lesson when I was 5 years old when I tried to buy a bleach anime necklace at a town fair.
Like,
The
oh, it's
mom
$10.
And
had-
I meant
Can I
from
get
watching
cheaper? How much do you
people
have?
try to
12?
fucking bargain at garage sales. Don't tell them how much you actually have.
10 times more. And you
10
should be happy I'm
times more.
stopping at that.
I hand my hat off to Sajar, and say, with as much confidence as I could muster, so far, you've told us absolutely nothing that we couldn't have learned ourselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you're
See
gonna
how-
go back into town to find out that information? Is that
I
really
didn't
worth
say-
the risk?
I didn't say that. Now look at you implicating us in something. I
My
said
word
some-
does go a long way.
He gives a shrug. All I'm saying is that we have proven that we are good for it. Now you can sit here and bargain for 2,000 gold. Or you can invest. You can hedge your bets and make even more. Get a
Oh,
higher station.
now why would I want a higher station for? When I can just make the same amount of money through you guys.
Not the same amount of money. Think of it as a long-term improvement of your lifestyle. You're young. You've been in this town, what, 20 years? And you're the mayor's aide. And that is a respectable position. You can do better.
Roll a persuasion roll.
Take a Bardic.
It's gonna be hard.
Got a 20.
Fuck.
This is a woman very, very interested in coin and coin alone, because coin doesn't have ties or obligations or responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
She already has a shit ton of responsibilities from this dude.
She's found
Yeah.
the ideal position for herself.
Exactly. You don't want to be the figurehead up front. You want to be the person behind the scenes that everyone has to pay into.
31's pretty
Ooh,
good.
a 31, baby.
Damn.
Pretty good.
That is.
2,000 gold up front, and I'll consider a discount for later endeavors. Consider it buying. What was it you were saying? Investing into a healthy working relationship.
God, you make elven diplomacy seem peaceful. Peaceful, but
She smiles wickedly. I do have an elven auntie. Maybe that's why I picked it up.
Hmm.
She is a human. Not an
She's
afro.
human, but we have a lot of problems with
When you
these
say
guys
it-
lately.
When you talk about when she says auntie, you don't think blood auntie, more like Asian
Yeah.
auntie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her mom's
Like
friend.
mum's friend, auntie kind of deal.
Here.
Well,
Can I try to insight that to see if there's like more familiarity than just it's just my auntie, but like I actually was trained under them to be like notable and influential in this area.
Roll insight at disadvantage.
I can roll insight at disadvantage.
You guys haven't exactly learned much on the skies.
True. Well,
So I think you guys have basically the same amount of information on the skies as you had when you started the campaign.
well, it wasn't
Yeah, we do.
necessarily just the skies. It was I was aiming towards the skies. Whatever.
Hard to say.
But 18.
She doesn't seem trained professionally or with a trainer or anything like that, no. Which probably
has
is a more
influence.
daunting thing, that a lot of her wit is her own.
Leaning a bit closer to Alessander, not whispering or anything, he just quietly mentions, we should probably ask her if she's taken a shine to the moon.
She corks my eyebrows out.
did she hear it?
He wasn't whispering it. They're quietly mentioning it, there's nothing else out here. Yep. Except the wind, I guess.
Sajar nod. Have you?
I have no clue what you're talking about. But
Have you gone to the farmer's market at all?
everyone does. It's where a lot of people get their livelihood. What does that matter?
How about this? 1,000 gold,
She deflates immediately.
and we free you from the evil that has its grip on you.
Roll a deception. Because you guys don't have a way of fixing Iverson. So you don't have a way of fixing her, much less anyone in town. So you're really promising more than you can deliver.
I guess. We don't have a way, but we're actively working for one.
Yeah.
And everyone's actively working towards a permanent vaccine for COVID. That doesn't mean we have one, right? Effort
Okay.
does not equate result.
No.
Pay her to stay in her basement.
I'll use my inspiration.
Oh.
Do you want my
Same numbers.
inspiration?
Oh my god.
God damn.
What'd you roll on
Oh,
the first one? 4 and 5.
I think it's worth it. You
1
can
and
take
3.
it.
I don't think did I get a bardic from Silas?
I didn't say it.
Then you would not have it.
You can use my inspiration if you want to roll again.
Do you
Yeah.
think
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's a
have to-
3 and what is it, 8.
There we go.
Hey, let me mark that off my sheet before I forget.
An evil that has laid hold over me.
That's the trouble that we've been, he does air quotes, bringing to town. We've dared to ask questions in pursuit of defeating that evil that we think might have its hold on your mayor as well.
You think you're chasing such, at the very least. But I would be careful doing that.
Don't you want to know what we found in the sewers?
If you found
Drag
anything
marks,
at all.
Bodies leading deeper in. Damage to infrastructure. We didn't harm a single thing down there. It's not the stonework, not the rats, not the disgusting piles of shit that I'm sure they found.
Oh, you're on me inside.
Okay,
Can do.
Uh huh.
Insight.
Anushka, do a favor.
Ugh. Bruh.
Okay.
One of these.
Oh!
Fucking
Oh
Morgan.
my god.
Yeah, I'm really going
Buddy.
across the board here.
Yeah.
Actually going all over the board.
Oh, I forgot to switch my thing here.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's nothing. Damn,
god.
it's nothing.
8, 12,
yeah, I'll mark
14,
down the thing, I'm gonna
16,
use it.
26.
Yeah.
This thing rolls your
Not
deception.
saving throw.
So one of those is natty.
Alessandra's really just carrying the whole situation.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm crying.
Alessander, as you're giving this horrid account of the evils befalling the town,
She does not care.
it clicks with you that she doesn't care at all.
then he clips what he's saying.
You see this sort of like bemusement like go across her face, and you're just like, out of that 20, she is an immensely self-interested woman. If she would find a safe position under a devil and it paid well enough,
Mhm.
she would work it. Vampires, shape changers, as long as her life and its conveniences and her safety is assured, she doesn't care.
I can use that. So he clips what he's saying. He stops talking about the sewers. He kind of leans back a bit and smiles. But you don't care about the others. Sabrina's
What-
what you care about.
Whatever would give you that impression.
Well, consider
Let it be
that-
known I have not agreed to that deal yet, by the way, for 1,000.
No, you have not. But after all I'm saying here, and I think you believe me, how long do you think it'll be before Sabrina gets taken next?
Well, I reckon a good long while. Maybe
Rick.
to the point where I would be dead by that point. What I do know is looking into it is speeding up the clock. What I do know is that no one's leaving town. People show up here all the time. Weekly, new people find their way up here, families and the like. Constant influx of people. It keeps us so busy. Second to the top, people will notice when I go away. And given how important I am to this town's ongoing nature, I'm the one that keeps the gears moving, not the mayor. Whatever dark power you think has hold over this town can't afford to get rid of me. Not if they want the town to keep working.
In all the legends and myths in the world, the tragic heroes from time immemorial, the one thing they all have in common that brought about their end was hubris.
Save me the fairy tales. It's more than hubris that gets me this far.
There's no saving you anything. You have a good night.
No deal then. Very well.
Well, I'm glad you spelled it out.
Good luck. You'll need it.
No, we don't.
I don't know, luck's always good to have. Let's go.
She leaves.
Oh, here's your hat back.
It's
Is
a
it
full
empty
money.
this time?
So it's empty. So, you guys return back to camp. Unless you guys want to stay out here in the dark fields for a little while longer.
We're gonna
Actually,
mow.
I do want to be assimilated. Thank you for the offer.
Complete our existence.
There's-
No, I'm okay.
Some slam poetry while you're out here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's nothing to mope about. We can't save people that think they can only save themselves.
We won. We won that argument.
Last word, right?
I
I don't think, honestly, don't think that's a exchange we would have wanted to.
I
Yeah.
don't think there's
No,
anything that
it's
could have given
not.
us that we can't get ourselves through more.
Yeah, it wasn't like worth the money, pretty much. So
One way or another.
Hold on, let me take a hit of my copium.
It's just that you make it aerosolized. I thought it'd be like an injection, personally.
nah, see,
gotta
I'm imagining it's like
modernize.
that like laughing gas you get in
Puff,
like
puff,
party
coke.
holidays and stuff.
I was gonna
Fair
say
enough.
it's like an inhaler.
Yeah.
So, you guys go back to town. Or not to town, sorry, you go back to camp. Go back to town, you get
Oh,
arrested.
if you say it so, I
we
mean, I
stormed the place.
Yeah.
And you die doing so. Anyways,
Shame.
You know, it's amazing how people tend to react in one of two ways when they're confronted with more money than they know how to count.
Yeah.
In what way?
Either like that, or like Zol.
Thinks about it.
How does Zol react again? I can't remember.
Freak out.
Oh yes, it's
no. Zol doesn't really give a shit about money. As long as it's enough to buy him a warm place to stay and a drink for the night, good enough for him.
Mhm.
See, that's why
That's fair.
Zol is good people.
He's a simple
Right,
man.
right.
With a simple plan.
So, you guys go back to camp. As you guys get back, Isadora is waiting at the gate. How did it go?
She tried to
Is she-
extort it.
About as well as we can expect.
I say.
I will hold the scroll out to Amber and or Lizzie. May a signature and a seal. When you go into his office tonight, and know that we are now banned from town. Try to see if that signature and his own line up.
Should I steal the seal? Actually, no, that would really implicate us.
Absolutely would.
It'd be very
Damn it.
obvious.
Can you
Could
copy
you
it at
copy
all?
it? Oh, there.
there we are.
Gestures at silence, like,
Good job, Mirror Twins. I was already thinking on it.
It's just Stas looks over like, okay.
Oh,
Morgan.
that's a bit much.
It's just like forging Dad's signature on the report cards. Violet chimes up. You did what? Nothing.
Just fucking sweating bullets suddenly.
I did that. I did that growing up.
Now the question is, did you ever have them signed properly, or did you always fake it?
I did it once, but then once bag rates started popping up, I did it, and then I even had to falsify a note saying, no, this is my signature.
Damn! The fucking commitment, I applaud that shit, holy god.
Yeah, damn.
I imagine the teacher probably knew and she just didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
I knew how to
Yeah.
fake my mother's signature, but I never had to use it because she just fucking signed shit.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
I grew up
I
in
used to,
Asian
like-
household.
I know.
B is for a bitch!
I don't think my parents have ever had to sign anything for school.
Oh yeah,
No.
lucky. I used to like forge my
lucky.
PE notes whenever we had to do swimming. That was about as far as I went.
For me, it was just like trips and stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
Nah, for us, we had a bi-weekly, I think, report card. It was either bi-weekly or monthly report card that got sent out.
Oh,
That got
and-
like basically a progress report of like, hey, here's what your kids' grades are at.
We also had like agendas, especially when we were really young, where we had to get our parents to sign to show that they understand what we're doing in class, and that, you know, if your
That's good.
kid misses a trip or something, you
This is
signed
what
and you
matters.
saw.
That's when you became the liberal agenda.
Exactly.
Anyways, so you guys enter back into town, and Amber's like reading it over. Isidori does go over.
Amp.
Might I see that? Sure. She hands over. Isidori begins like scanning through it. Interesting.
What is?
What's interesting about it?
This is confirming a hunch I had.
Right. Which is.
The mayor here is a figurehead. That's obvious.
Mhm.
But now it's a question of who's the one pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Hmm.
In conjunction with what you all said before about the story being artificial, constructed. We already knew a darker power. She hands it back to Amber, who just puts it away somewhere because she's working on shit right now. We already knew there was a darker power in this town. Now it's a question of how insidious it is. Something I will tell all of you. I was telling Kasai a little bit ago before we came back. The story. This constructed one. I believe there is some truth to it. Ta! Oh yeah? Let me just say that. Amber's like using mortar and pestle.
Ding, 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 ding.
Because, Miss Exania, you can just call me Amber. There's technically 2 Miss Exanias in the company.
Fair point.
Well, Amber, if you were in control of a town like this, if you had the ability to falsify a legend that is intrinsic to it, wouldn't you still put a moral in the story? Propaganda. Make citizens a bit more malleable. So, why is it so vague and obtuse, lacking in substance?
Did it already exist before? Before the town? Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps. But then, as Kasai was saying, a moral would be there. A good moral, as opposed to an evil one.
So, like, the legend is real, you mean? Based
I
on
believe it is
fact?
real to some certain degree, and trust me when I say I've chased many a tall tale and confirmed that such is usually true. There's usually a grain of truth in there.
Right, it's just been edited. Edited.
Exactly. Scrubbed, edited, revised, redacted, censored.
Mhm.
Not to the
Oh.
point where the legend stops existing, but not well enough to the point where they can manipulate it for their own goals.
Do you think
So-
it's set up in a way to just make it so that the bridge is unassuming? That it,
Perhaps.
There's something missing from the story.
The bridge is the subject matter of the story. I am rather curious about it, but, well, there's little we can do with it at current. They told me that the bridge is magic, yes?
alright.
Correct.
It is.
And uncovering that sort of magic is rather how to say, extensive. Not exactly something one could do so quick.
Right, so...
What if the changing of the story, the removal of the morals, has to do with suppression of that magic? If hanging mirrors upon that bridge suppresses its magic?
Huh. That's an interesting concept.
Or changes it somehow?
Warps what's supposed to actually be there.
That could be a reason for why the story is jumbled.
An aspect of the story that was vague is the light that hit the mirror and repelled whatever the creature
Yes.
was.
And-
Could it have been?
And if you remember, the townsfolk said that they were putting mirrors on the bridge, so to my mind that sounds like the purpose of the story, to get them to do that. But the question then is why?
Another question is, where did the bridge come from? Like, they were just adding it. What, did we hear that it's from the town?
Look at your enough.
Right, 'cause
Looking
if they were
first.
putting them on mirrors on the bridge since time immemorial, then they would have also mentioned, yeah, we built the bridge and then we did stuff to it, right?
Enough's been here since the town's start, so I guess Alessandros asks him, what came first, the mirror, the bridge, or the town?
He thinks about it for a moment. The bridge is here first. I think townsfolk just sort of speculated it came from earlier expeditions out here. You'd find some of those sorts of places around, ruins of towns that would have been, but never happened. Outposts
Where
by
else?
military expeditions north, or every now and again Vindigators do pass through the region on another crusade, although it's been a while.
Is it a wooden bridge or a stone bridge? Stone bridge, right?
Stone bridge.
Yeah.
That takes some foundation to make.
Let it be known, like, so if all the military is like Roman military,
Mhm.
and I've already posted videos on, we could
Okay,
go the
yeah.
long way around,
Or
or we
build
could say,
a
fuck
bridge.
you to the other side, build a bridge and
Yeah.
destroy it on the way
Yeah.
back. Chad!
Yep.
Chad Romans! Chad!
It's also a point of... that's probably the easiest path.
Is anyone in camp able to extrapolate, to speculate what would happen if we simply removed all of the mirrors?
I feel like it could be any
Uh,
number of things.
Would Silas know anything about magic and
Yeah.
mirrors?
That's a fun question.
What are you trying to get from such information? That will depend, because
Mhm.
there
Will
is
affect
answer and there is also lack of answer.
I guess Silas would, considering that it was brought up, Silas would be thinking of, okay, can magic be dampened by mirrors? Because I don't know that.
Okay, roll me your background information.
And then from there, I'll continue in case you want to change it, and then from there, they would probably reflect on any lessons Trishana may or may not have given involving magic and mirrors at all. But background
You're
information you said?
You reflect on those lessons. Ha ha ha. Yes. 17.
17.
There are certain spells whose components require mirrors. They're very
Right.
limited. Do mirrors as a whole dampen magic? No. No more. If you want to dampen magic, you better off just getting a lead shield or something going into today. Or about like a foot of dirt or shit like that. It depends on the type of magic. Druidic magic doesn't give a shit about your fucking dirt. But mirrors as a whole, no. There is an exception though. If there is like a hag's tail, right? Not just fairy tale, hag's tail. 'Cause as I told you guys prior, hags defy the rules of magic.
Right.
It's with their narrative, their motif, and
Their
stuff like
meta.
that. So that's the only exception to it, really. But the thing is, magic blocking something doesn't sound like a hag's fairy tale.
If anything, it'd be warping and twisting it.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be causing something to happen in the sort of twisted, macabre sort of, you idiots, you're reading your own hangman's noose sort of way, right? Because that would be cruelly funny. But in a way, like, it would defend the town, and that doesn't sound like a hag thing, unless the hag was trying to piss off another party, in which case then it would be funny, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would take Silas this long to like consider that information before they speak up, and I would say, well, I don't. There's with magic and mirrors, it can't. As far as I know, it can't really be dampening an effect. It could, I guess, warp anything magical about it, but if that's the case, I mean, the only thing I can think of is if a Hague is behind it. And I feel like we'd know if that were the case. Other than that, there's a couple spells that require mirrors as components. Need nuts looking into which ones right now.
These are like 1 or 2.
There's like a silver mirror
Off
one that's like a
memory.
level 1 or something.
Do you know which
The-
ones?
I think there's actually a spell called Magic Mirror, so...
Oh wait, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think see invisibility might use a mirror.
I don't
I don't remember.
recall.
There's the only spell that has mirror in
not.
it in the
Yeah.
5e tools is mirror image that I can see. That being said, I only have like the regular books that we use.
Mhm.
So if it's from a different
Just
book,
know that there probably is some.
Yeah.
such. We don't need the exact spells. I guarantee you, whatever spell it is doesn't require like 600 mirrors.
yeah.
If it is at all connected to the lake, the water, which could in turn be a kind of mirror, and thinking about the moonlight and reflections, is it somehow connected to the control exerted over town?
I mean, I guess one surefire way to find out is remove them.
But if they need
But-
damning evidence to come at us, that would be pretty damning.
Well, and if it is somehow dampening something, this is something we want to unleash.
True.
And if
Could
it's
be-
not, whatever wants those there, if anything, do we want that to be unleashed on us?
Right. It could be preventing things from coming through except for specific times of night, or it could be the thing. If removing it could be the thing that just lets it have free passage. Or the first one was supposed to be allowing, anyways.
Something to think about at least.
That's a lot of
Something where
numbers
if we
to
have
put in one.
nothing else to do, we can, I guess, try.
Expound upon it.
So,
Did the I don't think Morgan would know this, but I'll still ask the question in case someone else does. Did the construction look like still falling or provincial, or did it look more like Nevros? I imagine because stone, it probably is leaning towards provincial.
none of you guys asked at the time. So,
Well,
if you guys have Mason's tools, I would allow a historical roll on it.
or if we had a
I
dwarf.
don't think any of you guys have that though. So
Imagine having
it
fucking
is
Mason's
a
tools.
stone bridge. It is a stone bridge.
It is in fact made of rock.
Yeah.
It is a fair assumption that it's
Congrats.
probably provincial.
Yeah. Makes most sense. Nevros would probably just be like, we could probably just walk across the fucking river, if anything, so let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do. It's like early evening or early night right now.
Yeah, it's probably like around like 6 o'clock or so. Well, you guys are way further north. Night happens
Right.
faster. It's a month of harvest.
Which equivocally is
September, August, that's where it's on.
Is there regular moonlight out tonight?
You guys are at a quarter moon? I don't know what the fucking
Quarter
term
moon.
is.
Waxing, waning, something like that.
Whatever.
Present it would
Whatever it
be.
is.
Yeah.
Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Crescent moon. There you go.
Waxing
That-
gibbous.
Hey.
Whatever.
Wax the gibbon.
I know
Uh,
here, which isn't super far north, it gets dark at 9, so I imagine 6, 7 isn't too far off if we're quite far north, like we are.
Yeah.
If,
Mhm.
if we want to observe, there is some moonlight. If we want to observe what happens or what it looks like at night in regular moonlight, maybe that will clue us in.
I think it's worth a try.
And we
How-
were chased off last time we were snooping around the bridge.
I was going to say, how close is the bridge to the town? It's pretty
Pretty far out
dead
there.
on, right?
It's not in it, and that's what's important.
It's a
Okay.
few miles next to the Captain Rex's house.
Okay.
Assuming you're going from center of town, that is. From here, I don't know, fucking Pythagorean theorem, I don't know. Like 3 miles.
Okay.
Wait, no, it had to be the longest. Shit, 5 miles.
Sure.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried.
That's assuming you guys go direct, I guess, like through the woods and shit.
I mean,
Straight
I
line.
guess you guys can come through, use the town's road, so yeah, there you go.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have a better way around.
You guys will be traveling in the dark.
Hmm.
It's not pitch black, but
Dark.
it's dark.
Yeah.
The shapeshifter around.
You guys are not in the as we put in the Sunday game, a ZLZ, a zero light zone.
Thank God.
Also,
We'd
playing the
just be
heartbeat.
dead at that point.
Mhm.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I think in this setting, if a dark one, a ZLZ dark one made it in, yeah, it'd probably be unstoppable. Assuming we got to keep the ZLZ properties about it, because guns don't work on it. So some of the
punch
party would
it.
get fucked.
Yeah. Ishka cries
Then
already.
it just knows to kill you first.
Ah!
Anyways, no holy purified wood. So, what's your guys' plan?
I'm all for going and checking out the bridge.
Yeah, that's
We
fine.
want to
Yeah.
investigate the bridge. I want to investigate the sewers if we have the time tonight.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
want
a good
to
point.
go check and
Mhm.
see if the kid is still at that tower,
Svenja.
or if they made it back. Svenja, thank you.
Ah,
As a
that was
personal
the
note,
other
I'm
thing is we
concerned
can
about the
see if
child.
Rex is home, because if he's not home and he's already supposed to be on watch for us, I mean, fucking, what's the point of not?
If
Yeah,
investigating
if we
this
go to
place?
that bridge, he's gonna be like, "Hey, fuck off."
Well, so,
Mhm.
yeah, I was just saying, like, we should still check out his tower, I think. His house.
the sewers, is there a way to go into the sewers outside, like the exit?
Well, I mean, it drains
mouth?
into the lake,
Yeah.
right? So you could probably get to it
Because-
from there, surely, right?
Yeah. A lot of us, myself included, aren't necessarily the sneaky type, so getting into town will be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Pass Without Trace, Anushka?
Yeah.
So that'll help.
I'm pretty sure she's got dark vision as well, so like can definitely help
We're one of the
get
only people.
through. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, if
have
getting around
one-
is an issue.
I have one cast of dark vision in the Jade reactor at the moment.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
God damn.